we're gonna be making big back nachos. We did for weight loss. Your boy used to have a stomach. Weight loss and muscle gain. Let's go. Let's get it. Alright, so the first thing you want to do, right, when it comes to cooking your food, you want to make sure you're using things that are not going to add calories. Because if you're using butter for your food, that butter, the calories in that butter is going to be transferred to the food. So when you use stuff like Pam, non-stick, it has 0 calories to it. Well, it's got calories, but they're so minute it doesn't even matter. What's good? Make sure you're not breathing that stuff in. Anyway, next thing you want to do, get your meat. Get your meat. Pause. So we're using ground beef. We got 90-10 ground beef from Sam's Club. Now, they come in the big tubes. And if you separate it and you put it in a freezer bag like this, makes it so much easier, especially to thaw. Doesn't even take that long, especially since it's so thin. So. Hey, if this is your first time on YouTube Live, what's up, man? What's your name? Alright, so obviously, what you're supposed to do, chop up your meat as it's in the pan. You want to make sure it's cooked as evenly as possible. So, the seasonings that I got today, we got some granulated garlic. Yo, what's good, Red Water? We're making big back nachos for weight loss or gain, you dig? You know, the big back community left me, but I never left the big back community, you dig? So, you can have literally, you can eat whatever you want to eat when you're losing weight, but it gets difficult, you dig? You wasn't ready for it's like that. Yeah, I used to be, before I started my weight loss journey and I posted everything on my channel, I was at 227 at 5'8", so your boy had some titties and a stomach. Now the stomach's still there a little bit, just a little bit, but you know, we working on ourselves every day. And I hope everybody that is in this on this live, watch video, y'all working on yourselves too. Life is way too short to not live it up, you know? Alright, so, yeah, granulated garlic. And get your oregano. These are my seasonings. You can use whatever you want to use. You know, personally, people be hating on me, especially my mama. She said I can't cook. But that's her that's what she got to deal with that. How she gonna say I can't cook but then come over for a plate? Who does that? Alright, so the next thing I use thyme seasoning. Thyme. Get my pronunciation. Where you guys from? Nah, bro, it's a journey, dog. Like anything is a journey. A diet, like bro, it's a weight loss journey, bro. Not all of us skinny. Some of us have to work on ourselves, put in that work. It's a journey because it's not easy, bro. And make sure you season your food really good, man. Really good. All right, so the next thing you want to use organic onion powder. Organic onion powder. We got some white pepper. I need black pepper, so. We got some basil. No, I don't think I'm gonna use basil today. This stuff is fire. This is called Chef Walker's Premium Seasoned Rub. Chef Walker's Premium Seasoned Rub. This stuff is fire. And actually, like, you guys should definitely get this yourself. It's salt free, and it makes everything taste better. If you don't know, you need to find out. So we're gonna put that on there. Next, gotta make sure everything's all stirred up. Make sure y'all chopping it up. Hey, where you guys from? Yeah, I'm making big back nachos. Not just any nachos, big back nachos. But, you know, obviously it's for weight loss gain. If you look at my channel, I'm all about changing myself, changing my body. I've lost 30 pounds in the last 4 months. So, you know, you can still, I'm gonna reiterate this, you can still eat whatever you want, you know, as long as it's within a certain calorie range, and obviously you want it to be fuel for your body. So, once I finish stirring this, I'm gonna show you the other stuff that we're using. And I need to turn on my music, man. Hey, who do y'all listen to? Who's your favorite artist? Alright, so when it comes to chips and tortillas, this is what I'm using. I'm using these Quest protein chips. So obviously, since we're gaining muscle, we need protein. Protein repairs the muscle when you tear it. So when you're doing that lifting motion, the muscle grows when you're sleeping, and the muscle grows the most. Excuse me, that makes no sense. The muscle repairs itself while you're sleeping, and also 30 to an hour after the gym. So yeah, you want to make sure you're getting yourself some protein chips. These have 20 grams of protein. I usually eat these directly after the gym. Yeah, you eat these directly after the gym for one, because you know you need to eat that protein within 30 minutes to an hour after the gym, and plus it's light, you know, like chips, and it can be really hard to get a full meal in after the gym if you're not used to eating after the gym, especially if you're doing like cardio. I don't like to eat after I do cardio, and plus you get like a protein shake. Okay, I don't think that's a good weight loss plan, bro. Red water, I don't know, man. The craziest? I mean, I'm not like huge or anything, but like, yeah, the only thing so far that I've had are like these protein chips and this Blessed protein powder. It doesn't taste that bad, but yeah, it's good. I got cookies and cream, and it's plant-based. So yeah. How often are y'all going to the gym? You know, for me, I try to go to the gym I don't try. I do. I go to the gym every Monday through Friday. And if you look at my channel, the things that I focus on Mondays, actually I can't even do it off the top of my head. I have to look at my phone real quick. So just give me a second. But pretty much after every workout, the one thing that I do consistently after every workout is burpees. That's my signature move. That's like the, yeah, that's that splat, if you know what that is. Protein cookies. Yeah, protein chips, man. Protein cookies, but like, I don't know. I might want to eat too much. Who knows? Like I said. Yo, is it frozen? Anyway, yeah, like I said, the big back community left me. I never left the big back community. So, all right, but yeah, the other things that you want to use, you got your protein chips. You want to get your jalapeno peppers. I like my food to be spicy, so it's up to you. However you want your nachos to be. I got this Hernandez salsa verde. This stuff is fire. It's mild. Yeah, this is the stuff. We got some guacamole. Freshness guaranteed. You can use I prefer to use like fresh avocados, but I hate when it get oxidized. It doesn't, even though it tastes the same, it don't feel the same. All right. So you want to get your Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt, it is 16 grams of protein, and it has 140 calories for two-thirds of a cup. So you know it's not that much, but this is going to be basically a substitute, because for one, I still like to use sour cream. But we can't use calories. So, but yeah, at the end of the video, we're gonna be mixing the two together so that it still has that sour cream taste, but it doesn't have those. And then you want to make sure you get your Mexican cheese, but you can't overdo it. It's cheese. Everybody loves cheese. Anyway, 1/4 cup of this is 110 calories. Yo, what's up? Where you guys from? I know, man. Hopefully the internet. Yeah, my bad for the internet. I mean, that's something I can't control. If I could, I would, but you know, we just gonna have to work with it. But I will be posting this video on my channel because I do record everything. So it's not gonna be a live video. I'm actually recording on the second phone that I have, and so that'll be way better quality for you guys. Yeah, I know, man. Hey, but you still here, and I appreciate that. You know, props to you, man. All right, so you know, every once in a while, make sure you coming back to your food, chopping it up and stirring it. This is horrible, bro. So right when I go to end the live, it now wants to work. That's wild. But yeah, make sure you chopping up your meat as you cook it. Chop it up, flip it. You want to make sure it's cooked evenly. You don't want any pink meat. I mean, it's beef. You can eat beef pink, I mean, if that's your decision. But you know, personally, this ain't a burger. When it comes to nachos, you gotta make sure it's no pink. Right. Oh yeah, you also want to get your make sure you got some diced tomatoes. Hey, nah, you good. Everybody's got to troll somebody. It's the people that can't take control from me. Yo, RIP, what's up, man? Can you have the wrench? What are you talking about? Hey, where you guys from? I wish I had my chair in here. I'm so upset. I should have brought it. I'm making big back nachos, bro. If you're on my channel, I used to be 30 pounds heavier, so that's what's going on. See, I want the big nachos, but I don't want the big back. So I'm working on myself, man. Hey, everybody gotta work on themselves. Hey, yeah, I know what you mean. And actually, I just took a trip to Nigeria. I just took a trip to, can y'all hear me? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just took a trip to Nigeria, and while I was there, I was surprised. Like, I don't know the ethnicity of everybody here, bro, but you know, as an African American, I was surprised how we haven't forgotten our culture over, you know, since we've been separated for so long. You know, they like watermelon. I like watermelon. They like fried chicken. We do too. And guess what? They still use Afro picks over there. So, and it's a lot more things to talk about. If you guys want to check that out, you can go to my channel. But Africa was a dope experience, and it's a dope place to go to if y'all never been. I'm not gonna say anything wild. I never would. Remember, while you're cooking, make sure you're paying attention to what you're doing. And so as you guys are cooking your ground beef, remember there's gonna be water runoff. Yeah, while you guys are cooking ground beef, there's gonna be water runoff. So like there's literally all the fats and everything that are coming off the meat. You don't want to eat that. It's not good. So make sure you pour it off. Pour it off. Don't let it sit there because the meat will just soak it all the way back up. And by the way, I don't use salt when it comes to my food. And the reason why is when you eat salt, your body retains water. And so, but yeah, when you eat salt, your body starts to retain water. And when you cut salt out of your diet, obviously your body's gonna let some of that water go. You know, think about it this way. Your body is only functioning to survive. So if you barely drink water, your body is going to adapt to that. Your body's going to say, okay, we don't get water that often, so we need to hold as much water as possible. And so if you are eating a lot of salty foods, one thing that you can do is drink a gallon of water a day. Drink a gallon of water a day consistently for about 1 to 2 months. I did that, and I had lost, I think, around 5 or 10 pounds of water weight. It wasn't easy, super difficult, but you know, we got through it. Hey, where you guys from? I do use Mrs. Dash, or yeah, I do use it. Personally, I feel like I can't use it on everything. I use it every once in a while. I don't know what that second to last comment you made is, but yeah, I appreciate that like, bro. Appreciate it. Alright. Make sure you're tending to your food every once in a while. You don't want to burn it. You don't want to burn down the house. Yeah, it's bad for business. Yo, so where's everybody from? By the way, I'm in Vegas. Vegas is my city. Yo, where you guys from? Yo, where you guys from? Oh, Florida? Hey. Hey, don't get mad at me, bro. You the one that didn't put it in the chat the first time, man. But yeah, I'm from Vegas. Vegas, baby, my whole life, except for like 4 years. I was in the Marine Corps, so I was in California for 4 years. I did a deployment to Australia as well. So it's a little bit about me. You millionaire power moves. You know, one thing I hate is that, because I'm in school right now and I'm a part of a veteran program, and so literally yesterday, because it's like midnight right now, literally yesterday, we're all in a meeting and everybody's talking about what they did, and everybody else is like, yo, I went to Syria, yeah, I went to Iraq, and I'm here like, yeah, I did a deployment to Australia. But everybody they was like, oh, they were surprised. I was like, yeah, it was cool, I guess. Anyway, so the ground beef is almost done. Make sure you keep stirring it. You want to make sure it's cooked evenly. Dang. I'm frustrated right now. I done dropped a little bit. I'm messing up the church's money right now. I need to pick this up. Tooth, my God. What are you talking about, man? What are you saying? Alright, so cooking, you know, you want to make sure you do a little rock with it. Rock with it. I'm bored right now. Literally. I should be asleep right now, but sometimes it is very difficult. And you know, since I'm doing YouTube, why not make YouTube? But you know, a rule of the kitchen is as you are making your food, as you're cooking, make sure you clean. If you clean while you're cooking, it makes it a lot easier. So. But yeah, you know, back to the, I was gonna tell y'all about my workouts. So, on Mondays, I like to do triceps and triceps, chest and triceps, my bad. So, you know, bench press, dumbbell incline press, chest fly machine or dumbbell fly, tricep rope push downs, or overhead dumbbell tricep extensions. So Tuesdays, I'm working on my legs, barbell squats, walking lunges, leg press, hamstring curls, calf raises. And then on Wednesdays, we're hitting them shoulders, seated dumbbell shoulder press, lateral raises, front raises, bent over rear delt flies and shrugs. Thursdays we're doing pull-ups, dumbbell rows or barbell rows, lat pull downs, seated cable rows, dumbbell bicep curls, hammer curls. And then on Fridays we doing hanging leg raises, plank holds, cable oblique twist, and Russian twist. Like I said, we got the abs coming in. Big back nachos for weight loss and muscle gain. Gotta hop on the program. Hey yo, everybody that's new to the live, where you guys from? What's up? Talk to me. You know what? This is actually my first live stream. I normally don't do this. One, I find it hard to talk to myself sometimes. At least if I'm doing a YouTube video, I have everything that I want to say and I'm just saying it. So, hey, make sure y'all interacting with me. I'm trying to figure out who we all are, so y'all can figure out who I am, and so we can grow together. So how often do y'all cook? Personally, since I've been working out, been in the gym, I try to cook at least once or twice a week. And then for that whole week, I'm literally eating the same thing. And I try to have a cheat meal every once in a while. But it just makes it easier when you guys are cooking food in one sitting, and then you just meal prep it, go to Sam's Clubs or Costco's and buy a whole thing of containers, like to-go containers. Here. So literally the stuff that you would get from from a food place, get these. These are microwave, dishwasher safe, so they're easy to reuse. They're good to reuse, and they're microwave safe. So usually I'll put it in these, and then I'll freeze it. If I know I'm not gonna get to it that fast, obviously I'm not gonna freeze any nachos. Because these big back nachos, and that means they're gonna be good. So, and so this, actually I haven't even calculated how much protein these will have in it, how much protein it will have in it. So, let's do that now. And actually, we're gonna do that in a second. I'm gonna teach you, if you don't know how to calculate your calories, and actually I just taught my little brother this like 2 days ago. So if you look at whatever item you have, let's get the cheese. All right, so this has 6 servings and it has 110. So that's 660 calories right there. And it's 1 bag of cheese. And depending on and what your gender is, that's going to determine how many calories that you should be eating. So for me to maintain the weight that I'm at right now, which is I'm at like 195, 198, in between there somewhere. For me to maintain that weight, I need to be eating between 2,200 and 2,400 calories for me to just stay at this weight. But when it comes to weight loss, You know, you want at least, you know, like a 500 calorie, no, you want at maximum a 500 calorie deficit. You know, you don't want to you don't want to eat too much, and you don't want to eat too, you know, you don't want to eat, you don't want to starve yourself. Man, I be getting frustrated, man, if I can't figure out the word. So yeah. So as our ground beef is almost done, we're about to pour off the water, the fats in a second. Make sure we flip it, make sure it's all the way done. Chopping up the big pieces. Give that a few more minutes and then we're gonna pour off the fats. But yeah, hey, where you guys from? Put it in chat. All right, so I'm gonna add the tomatoes after. I was just looking that up. I was like, I want to make sure I'm not doing this the wrong way. So I had to look up, put the tomatoes. If you cook it with the ground beef, after the ground beef is done, or you just add it fresh after. So I'm gonna just add it fresh after. But the main thing is just to do it. You know, you want to make sure you're not getting sick or anything. It's a bad day. When I was in Nigeria, and I'm gonna be posting this video soon, I was doing a workout, and I had traveler's stomach. If you don't know what traveler's stomach is, basically if you go to a different country, you're not gonna be used to that food, you know. And the same thing goes for everybody, because every country has different food handling practices. Some countries will, some people don't wash their hands, you know, different ways that they process food. And so if you eat the wrong foods, you will get traveler's stomach. So I'm in a workout class, and it's called Wow Gym in Nigeria. And he's got us doing high leg, he's got us doing this, and he's like squats. So, and this is like one of those classes. It's like one of those high intent, not hit, but Zumba, where you're dancing and stuff. So he's doing squats and stuff, and I'm like, yo, I can't do that. You know, if I squat too long, that would have been a bad day. And the crazy thing about Nigeria, a lot of the places that, you know, I would go to, if I needed to use the restroom, they would not have toilet paper, but they did have buckets of water. And so that was a unique experience. So if you do go to Nigeria, make sure you bring in baby wipes with you. I hate AI sometimes. I don't even click on it. But if I'm talking, it'll just butt into my conversation. All right, so we want to make sure we're pouring off the ground beef. I don't even know if you can see it, but it's a lot. Make sure you do it carefully. You don't want to all your meat. That's how you mess up the church's money. All All right, so now that the meat's done, I'm gonna still leave it on the eye a little bit, you know. But you always want to make sure you're washing your food. You don't want to burn it. Take your protein chips, right? Open these bad boys up. And so this bag is 140 calories. So depending on whatever you want to eat, or however you want to eat it, you can get 2 bags or not. But these are protein chips. And you know what? I'd rather put it in this. But I think I'm gonna do 2 bags though. Second one I got is nacho cheese. So I got lime flavor and nacho cheese. So boom. It's looking fire already. I added anything. Get you a spoon. Yo, make sure you like and subscribe. You know, join the MPN family where we grow together. Look. All right. So, I almost forgot a big step. Whenever you're cooking food for weight loss or muscle gain, you have to make sure that you are weighing out your foods. So, I got a food scale. The reason I got a food scale, obviously you want to weigh out everything. And actually a good resource that you guys can use is AI or Google. You know, if you don't know how much something is, or you want to figure out the calories for something, you know, Google search, you know. How many calories are in 100 gram ground beef? 100 grams of 10 ground beef. All right, so for 100 grams of 10 ground beef, that's 200 calories right there. So, you're gonna take a plate, make sure you zero out the. And as you do that, you know, take your ground beef. So now we at 99 grams. And then one thing I like to do is anytime that I am meal prepping or cooking food, I like to make sure that whatever I'm cooking, it adds up to 1,000 calories. And the reason why is because when it comes to eating high protein foods, like, you're gonna be full a lot longer. And especially after the gym, it might be super difficult to eat. And so when you're eating, when your meals have 1,000 calories, you know, that's twice a day. That's, you know, easy day. So add it to your chips like so. All right, we good to turn off this ground beef now. But yeah, you want to add it to your chips like so. And you know, when it comes to jalapenos, like I said, I like my food to be spicy. You know, the calories for jalapenos are very minimal. Well, you can have it. Well, I don't want to say you can have as much as you want, but 2 tablespoons is 5 calories. Super. Yeah. You eat too many jalapenos, you're not going to the gym for the day. That's a, alright, so a spoon. Yo, what's up, man? Where you from, bro? Or sis, whoever you are. So, making big bag nachos right now. I'm putting jalapenos in it. And you can't have hot nachos without jalapenos. Alright. Got my jalapenos. I should have put the seasonings up already. Make sure you always clean out your workspace. Make it easier for yourself. Alright, so we got some guacamole, 2 tablespoons. It's 45 calories. Yeah, make sure you guys have measuring spoons. Where's my tablespoon? Bruh. I don't know what happened, but I cannot find my tablespoon, so we're gonna use half a tablespoon. You know, make sure you guys are not overdoing it. You know, it is for the calories. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna take our cream and we're gonna take our Greek yogurt. The reason why is when you mix them, you know, it's for a muscle gain. So, you know, we ain't trying to gain fat. So when you mix the Greek yogurt with the sour cream, it still have that sour cream flavor, consistency. So, but not that sour cream calories, you dig? Alright, so so I'm gonna get a little small container so we can start mixing it. All right, 2 tablespoons of this is 35. 2 tablespoons of this is 35 calories. You know what? I need to add more guacamole too, because I only put a tablespoon in there. Remember, this is half a tablespoon. And I'm literally thinking to myself, why are these nachos looking not the nachos, but why is the guacamole looking skimpy? Alright. 2 tablespoons of guacamole. For the sour cream, we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of sour cream, and then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. That's 1. All right, 2. All right, so now that I got my 2 tablespoons of sour cream, I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. Yo, what's up? Put some likes in the chat. Where you from? Talk to me. All right, yeah. So now we're doing 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. All right, so now that we got our everything, we got our sour cream and our Greek yogurt in here, we're gonna mix it up so it still has that sour cream consistency, but not that sour cream calories, you dig? You know, Greek yogurt doesn't really have a smell, nor does it have a taste. It was way better than something that I would have been eating when I first started my weight loss journey. And the reason why, I tried to do romaine lettuce wraps, and I mixed Greek yogurt with like some hot sauces and stuff, and then I put like some ground beef on there. Bruh, I was miserable. The food, ugh, nah. When you try to lose weight and you try to eat right, and you know, it's just not coming out right, yeah, no. So, we got our sour cream and our Greek yogurt mixed up. Boom. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our green sauce. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we're gonna put that salsa verde on there. Yeah, I forgot. I gotta make sure I measure it. I almost got excited. I mean, 2 tablespoons, 10 calories. So, you know, it's not even that much. I'm gonna just pour it on there, to be honest with you. I didn't put that much on there. Can't overdo it. And the last, but not least, we have to add our tomatoes. So I'm gonna clean off my spoon real quick. Alright. We're basically finished right now. We're basically finished. Fire. And this whole thing right now, we're gonna do the calculations real quick, but it shouldn't pass. It's not gonna pass 1,000 calories. The chips and the meat itself, that should come out to like 420 calories. Oh my gosh. All right, so we got 420 plus what? Plus 2 tablespoons of sour cream. Make sure you get the sour cream light, like I said, for weight loss and muscle gain. Calculate the 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. So. Almost forgot the cheese. And so we're gonna do, we're gonna do 1/4 cup. I like cheese. So this is 110 calories. Which we're at 670 right now. We have jalapenos. Jalapenos are pretty very small, very minute when it comes to calories. So we're at 675 right now. Yeah, actually, this ain't gonna be 1,000 calories. Nah, but you know, there's gonna be enough of it to where you can eat 3 meals a day and still have enough for any snacks in between. So, you know, I had the last thing. Oh yeah, and we forgot the guacamole. The guacamole itself is 45 calories for 2 tablespoons. So we're at 720 calories right now. cheese open. My measuring cup, 1/4 cup. I'll rinse everything. And then, you know, if you guys ever want to see anything else that has to do with losing weight or gaining muscle, or you know, anything that has to do with the gym, check out my YouTube channel. You know, I've been on the weight loss journey for a while now, and you know, it's been a very eventful. I've had to learn a lot of things, and so that's why I have this channel. Help you guys, help myself, talk about life, all that. So we're adding the cheese. It's already fire. Yeah. You know, in my past life, I was Mexican. Alright, so here's the finished product. Big back nachos for weight loss, muscle gain. It's your boy Millionaire Power Moves. We got the same 24, so why are you mad? Go for it. Peace.